Save for the pod. Yeah, ashwagandha's been making me too horny, and it's a problem.
Yeah. That's not the problem for me.
It is giving me crazy dreams too.
Okay, the dreams are crazy.
It gives me crazy, like vivid dreams.
I don't do it. I don't just do it at night. Like I'm taking it throughout the day, like all day. I think it's because my anxiety has just been like so bad, and it really
It's
helps
helping
me.
with your
But
anxiety.
it also
Okay.
could be like in my
Placebo?
mind.
Yeah.
Like, it's not actually helping.
I put a little bit in my tea every night. Greg, Greg
How
puts a little in my
wholesome.
tea. We made a joke that he was dosing me for horniness. He was,
Yeah.
it was like all this time.
This is all I needed to do. Did you know that that's a thing that if you take what is it, like steroids? Like if a girl takes steroids, like you get like crazy horny apparently.
Really? Well, maybe it's because it's testosterone. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it to dispute it.
How could anyone know?
How could anyone?
How was the wedding this weekend?
It was great. I texted you that I felt like Mac on that episode of Always Sunny where he's show a clip here. He gets
Breaks
finished
open his shirt.
with the dance routine, thinks he did a really great job, and then watched the video. Well, then I watched the video myself where I thought that I really killed it, and it's crazy. And I'm not showing that video to you. It's wild. I'll
So
show it to you, but not to you.
What kind of routine were you doing?
I had this like, it was interpretive, you know.
Oh, yeah. I'm into that. What?
And it was like,
What song was
I
playing?
don't remember the song. It was not appropriate. Literally the floor cleared, and but not in like a good way. Not in like
Yeah.
it was like a
Oh no.
I was way too close to the DJ booth.
You were feeling yourself, and then you blacked back in.
I
and
was
you're like,
doing
wait.
jumps.
Oh.
I was like, and I thought I was getting so high, like ballerina jumps. And like thought like my legs were like all the way out. They're not. They were just like a little bit
I'm
out.
so glad a video
It
exists.
was crazy. Brad literally showed it to me like 15 times the next morning. Like, look at it. Look at it.
At least he was charmed by it.
It was hilarious. And that's all that I care about. But
that is
and
fun.
literally the bride, who I didn't even know up until the wedding, came up to me the next morning. She goes, "Man, I didn't think you'd make it this morning." Like literally like so embarrassing for me.
Whose wedding was this? Was this a family wedding?
No, it's one of Brad's old coworkers.
Oh, yes, I remember you told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah. It was embarrassing. But I literally, and I didn't even drink that much. I started out the night with an old fashioned, and then I had maybe 3 glasses of wine.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
It was nothing crazy, but it just hit.
Were you hungover the next day?
I was pretty hungover.
Yeah.
Because then after the wedding, we went and got like a couple beers, and probably shouldn't have done that. And maybe a shot of tequila.
Okay, let's talk about the freak show. Speaking of freak shows.
Speaking of freaks.
Welcome to Sex Sisters in the City. Grab your Manolos and martinis from the dirty South to NYC. Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, Samantha, we feel like we know you. Big and Stanford and all the other sub-characters, we'll talk about them sometimes too.
The freak show. I liked it.
It was good. I could not handle the fucking goofy ass circus music through the whole
I
thing.
know. They're so on the nose sometimes. There was, but I did kind of hold true to me. And I'm curious, and we'll get into some first date stories. I don't have a lot, and I don't imagine you have a ton, but I tried to parse out some of the ones that I could remember. So we start out at the first date. She says Saturday nights, every restaurant in Manhattan is Ellis Island. Samantha didn't believe in a first date, but she believed in sex after it.
Of course.
You know, that's pretty much my history.
Yeah, I don't think the third date rule is really our speed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad. He's done listening to them, by the way. He listened to the last one, which I didn't think was that bad.
Which one was the last one?
It was the couple that always fights.
finger in the ass.
Yeah, I think he said he didn't like the dirty talk part.
And the penis talk.
Yeah.
Sausage.
Yeah,
Dirty talk.
exact. He said he didn't like the dirty talk stuff. And I was like, will you just skip it?
Like that, just
I was like, just turn it off.
Just literally, we don't need that.
Yeah.
We don't need this.
Yeah. So I think he's done after that.
Yeah.
And then is the guy she's on a date with the guy from The Hangover? I thought it was the guy who gets lost in The Hangover.
No.
He looks like him though.
Guy who gets lost. No, it's not.
Fuck this guy.
He would have aged like really gracefully.
Yeah. He looks worse here than he did in The Hangover. I wrote Samantha's back on the town. Psyched for her.
Yes.
We love it.
Yeah. She broke up with that guy.
They're kissing and flirting, and then he roasts her.
Absolutely nails her.
Sir.
Well, I do have a prior record of driving men a little crazy.
You fit the profile. Most sexual harassment cases are brought by older women.
I'm sorry.
No offense, but come on, what are you, 40, 41?
I was mad.
My whole thing is like, first of all, this guy looks like he's 40.
Yeah. And
second of all, in 2005 was 40 old? Because I feel like 40 isn't old anymore.
no, not at all. And she's arguably
40 is the new 30.
I agree. And she's such a bombshell that like I don't see why anyone would even care because she's more beautiful than any 20-year-old, honestly. Like
Yeah. And what guy is stupid enough to be hooking up with a woman and bring up their age in any capacity?
in any form. It was so weird. He says, you fit the profile. Most sexual harassment cases are brought on by older women. Just a wild thing to say. No offense, but what are you, 40? 41?
It's just that was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
To me. Actually.
Oh,
though,
like, no,
I
that
can't
wouldn't
believe
happen.
it
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just don't think that what would be the point?
No, and it goes back to, for me, I can't take a vulnerable Samantha. It just
I
made
know.
me sad. I was
Makes
like,
me so sad.
her looking in the mirror, I was like, no,
No.
not you.
She's gorge.
And then when she comes back to the room, it's like a horror movie.
No, literally. And she's so calm.
Yeah.
And he's hanging in his closet. I don't know. I would have been like, oh, I'm gonna die.
No, yeah, like it looked like it was like fully a horror movie,
I'm gonna
not even
die.
like funny. Like this man will kill me.
Kill me. And I was in my mind, I was like, would she have been into this if he didn't make fun of her?
Knowing her, maybe. But she
Who
looked
knows?
like she looked very taken aback. She was like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
So I take it she left.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that no, but it was truly a horror film.
No, that
like
was
the
terrifying.
way it's like steady cam,
Yes.
like following her. Like where did he go? It was so weird. Next, the girls go to a PR party that Samantha's throwing, and Carrie says, "You have to give him credit. It must have taken a while for him to get all rigged up there."
You think he's still hanging?
Yeah. Bizarre. Miranda says, if a man is over 30 and single, he's a freak.
And Carrie says, what about us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got it. I don't agree with Miranda that if you're over 30 and single, you're a freak.
I don't agree.
But I don't know. I think most of them are freaks.
I think everyone's a little freak is what we learn.
Yeah, freak.
I think maybe if a man is over 40, he's probably something's wrong with him.
Dad.
Divorced is different, I think.
Ew. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm not here to judge single people, actually. That's fucked up, dog. People can find themselves single for any reason at all.
Speaking of dogs, Mitchell Saylor.
Mitchell Saylor.
Mr.
Mr. Pussy? Let's get to Mr.
And
Pussy.
Mr. Pussy, Mitchell Saylor. And my favorite part is when Charlotte goes, Mr. Who?
Mr. What? Mr. Pussy. I love him. He's so
The man,
funny.
the myth.
The man, the
legend.
myth.
Oh, and when Sam brings them back to the bathroom, their outfits, I don't know if they all purposely tried to
In
do black, but they look so good.
They look amazing.
Miranda looks really good.
One thing I noted, the only shot I'm going to take is Miranda is wearing this like purple lipstick that just makes it look like she's been drinking red wine or something.
Oh,
Like,
I thought Miranda looked so good. I think her hair looks like a little darker.
her hair looked good. I agree.
Yeah.
They all looked great. And they're discussing in the background or in the bathroom. Charlotte says, "I'm not dating anyone named Mr. Pussy," which honestly, I would probably say the same. Like,
yeah, probably. And they kind of get to why later in the episode, but they get to why. We'll get to that.
a woman comes out who's like, "Oh, I've been with Mr. Pussy."
I've heard of the
That-
legend.
That would be the straw that broke my camel's back. I'd be like, yeah, if a random girl in the
No.
bathroom is talking about how
Like,
much pussy he eats,
everyone knows about it.
I would want to
Freak.
believe that the person I'm with just likes eating my pussy.
Yeah.
He hasn't ever experimented with anyone else, and he just likes mine. That's what I would prefer to think.
Yes, but what if it's just hookup? You're not looking for a relationship, and you're like, well, what is everyone talking? What's all the fuss about?
That's true.
There was this guy in high school that had the reputation. Like,
Really?
everyone, unfortunately, I had a boyfriend all through high school, so I didn't get to experience Mr. P.
Mr. P.
But he was known for this. This was like a
Wow.
real thing, and apparently that's like all he did. Like no one,
He didn't-
you didn't like bang or
I mean, that
have
is
to go down on
hilarious.
him.
Yeah.
And it was just like that's like he would take like girls, it, like literally it was like a to the bathroom at school situation.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
In the bathroom. I don't think there's a world, even if he's the best in the world at that I could finish in a bathroom. Like,
No.
there's no way. Like, I'm not a gay man.
Yes.
There was a guy I was seeing in college. The like one I kind of saw for a while
Yeah.
on and off. But the first time we ever hooked up, we didn't actually hook up. As far as I knew, we just woke up together, fully clothed in my bed with a bottle of vodka in between us. And
Classic.
we had zero recollection of how we got back to my place. But I was also like, oh, this guy's hot. Like this is
Yeah.
I'm okay with
Score.
this. Yeah. And then we're just talking in the morning and then we start kissing and then it's like, okay, so we'll just do hook up in the morning, whatever. And then he goes down on me and
45 minutes later.
yeah. It's a good time. I finish and we're done. Like the whole thing's done. I like wonder in hindsight if I offered to do anything for him. I think I like offered like just to have sex and he just
Interesting.
didn't. And then he comes back up for air and I was just like, wow. And he was like, yeah, I had a pregnancy scare last year, so I just do this now.
Wow. And he didn't want to reciprocate it.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to remember in hindsight if I like offered.
probably
to,
didn't.
Like yeah, like I think I offered to like have sex, but I was like, I'm not doing all that
That's a lot of work. I'm
That's a lot of
hungover.
work right now. And yeah, he was like, yeah, it was just like such a casual. Yeah, I had a pregnancy scare.
That might be the reason, Mr. P.
I was just like, oh, all right, that's cool.
Want to go get breakfast?
Yeah,
Get out.
you want to borrow a toothbrush? And then we watched.
Dad really can't listen to this.
No, he's not listening to this one. That's for sure. We watch Mr. Pussy eat an oyster.
No, I had horrible secondhand embarrassment from this.
He was like, it was foul.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Maintaining eye
I
contact.
screamed a few times in
I
this
did.
episode.
I did too.
Just like but
It was mostly when he was on the screen.
literally, if he was attractive in any way, maybe this would have been a lot easier. But God,
Yeah. I think maybe he knows he's only got one thing going for
yeah,
him.
yeah.
He's a fucking pervert.
No,
By
that
the end
was
of it.
correct. Yeah,
It's like I don't fuck with Mitchell. Okay, then we have Carrie going on a first date herself in a strange poncho.
I looked up that top because I want it so badly.
It was almost my worst dress. I could tell we were going to contrast on this. And then I saw a much worse dress pick later that I know we're going to talk about. And if you didn't notice it, I'll save it for later. But of course you
poncho's
love the
my
poncho.
best dressed.
Oh my gosh. That's where we differ. So first she goes on a date with a man with no soul.
Been there.
Been there. It sucks because none of them are cute. She looks adorable on the second date, movie date. She's in like a little pink shawl. And then he was like a two-faced man.
You want to lean a little closer? Maybe hear our entire conversation? Hey, here's a better idea. Why don't you and your fucking girlfriend just sit in our laps during the movie? Then you won't miss a fucking word, dick.
I think that top tier comedy is when someone is angry, like over the top for no reason. Like
Yeah.
My strapper keeper. Like, I just think there's nothing funnier than
did.
just yelling
why
out
don't-
of context
Yeah.
for no reason at someone. Like I just think it's hilarious.
Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer, buddy.
Literally.
Listen every note of my conversation. I wish I had the balls to do something like that,
Yeah.
just as a funny
Just
thing.
ironically.
I did actually hear a really funny story. I was listening to the Lonely Island podcast, shout out, and they'll tell like SNL stories. And people on SNL aren't afraid to do bits like that. And they said they had like Phil Collins in the back, like playing for everyone, like really late at night once. And everyone was like really feeling it. It was really cool. And then someone comes out of the writer's room and he's like, some of us are trying to Phil Collins or whatever, like as a total joke. And he was like,
Oh god.
all right. And he like packed it up. And the bit didn't hit.
That is so funny. There's
So-
nothing funnier.
I agree. I totally think those moments hit. Man number 3 was cute. And then she sees him stealing a book.
That's so you.
Hashtag
#SushiGate.
Hashtag SushiGate. Listen, stealing books isn't that bad. TBT to win. I really wanted to buy an iPad. And I told Greg at the time I had only a company phone and a company computer. And I was like, I really want to buy an iPad because sometimes I feel like I shouldn't look up certain things on my phone because it's a company phone. And then I know a friend who she pirates books on her iPad. It's like LimeWire for books. And Greg's like, Lauren, you can't get an iPad so you can steal books and watch porn. It's not a valid reason to get an iPad to watch porn and steal books.
That's it. Close the show. That's it.
So you're
Nailed it.
fuck.
And then you got an iPad.
Yeah, and then I got an iPad, so I could do both of those things. Fuck, marry, kill these 3 guys. You got like the really mean guy, the guy who steals books. Who is the hottest?
Marry the mean guy because he's gonna make me laugh for the rest of my life.
What was the first guy? What was his issue? Oh, he was just soulless. Yeah,
Soulless.
He was like, I just want to make money.
Probably. Who was the third guy again?
The guy who steals books.
Klepto. I'd probably fuck the klepto, kill the no soul.
Yeah,
Marry angry dude.
I would definitely marry the klepto, probably.
Because he'll let you
Yeah.
steal.
Kill the soulless guy. Even though the guy who I'd fuck in this scenario is the least cute, but
Yeah.
that's okay. He is the funniest. This leads me to what's the worst first date you've ever been on?
Well, I had a first date. This guy I met on Hinge, and this wasn't his fault. My Snapchat literally got hacked.
Oh
in
my
the
god.
middle of our date.
Yes.
And
I remember this.
So poor guy. Well, not poor guy actually, because we're sitting there. It's kind of going well. It's a little awkward, as first dates usually are. And I keep looking over at my phone because I'm getting calls from people that I haven't spoken to in years. And I'm like, what is happening? My phone is blowing up. He's like, yeah, your phone is blowing up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna put that over there. Like, I don't know what's going on. And then it just I'm like, okay, I really need to figure out what's happening. Give me 1 second. I walk away. I'm on the phone. Oh my, and my friends are like, go to your Snapchat, like fucking go, like delete everything. And I'm like, holy shit. I get back to the table. I'm like, I am so sorry. Like, you're not gonna believe this. Like, you're genuinely not gonna believe this. My Snapchat is hacked and someone is posting photos of me without my permission. And he goes, yeah, I don't believe that. And then I show him the message of like my friends, like, look at your Snapchat, look at your Snapchat. And he goes, oh my God, like, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, what's your Snapchat?
Can I see them?
And I thought he was kidding. And he had the most serious look on his face. And I'm like, I like didn't know how to react. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta handle this. I'm really sorry. And I just left. So that's a pretty bad first date. I guess it wasn't his fault, but then he just like said something really weird. I don't know if he was uncomfortable about the situation. Maybe he thought I was lying and just wanted to make a joke.
Oh,
But like the thing to say is not what's your at though.
Oh my God. That's like there's this joke on Twitter, like Luigi Mangione, his like nudes have been released. And everyone on Twitter is like,
what?
oh no, yeah. Everyone on Twitter is like, that's despicable that someone would do that. Where's the link
the
so
Mac
I can,
thing.
like Mac,
Yeah.
where is that?
Oh,
so I can make sure not to see it.
That's literally what the guy was like getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, God, that's terrible. And also, like, what's your at?
Yeah. Where is that so I
Where?
can make sure to never look at it?
Yeah, that was terrible.
That's a bad one.
Oh, I also had this was after COVID when I was kind of on a weird life path.
Oh yeah.
When it came to the men I was choosing to
Oh
date.
yeah.
And also my Hinge era.
Mm-hmm.
And this one guy, we went on a date. I think it was like to Torchy's. We went and had tacos.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Shout out Torchies.
and I don't know how I got there, but for some reason he was driving me home. Maybe I Ubered there. I don't remember. And we're driving home, or he's driving me home. He goes, so like, can I pull over and you give me some top?
No.
First of all,
Top?
top? Where are you from? Another planet?
Disgusting.
Top.
This isn't Grinder.
Literally. Oh my God. It was crazy. I think I told you about this.
No, I haven't heard this one.
And I literally said something because I don't know. I regret not just being like, pull over.
This
right
was like
now.
on the way to the date.
Yes.
No.
And he like kind of laughed. And I was like, my stomach hurts.
Yeah. Get out.
And then it was silence for like 15 minutes. And I hate myself for this because like this is one of those moments where you look back and you're like, God, I wish
Why
I
didn't
really
I eviscerate this
literally
man?
just like,
Well, that's like,
what's wrong with you? Pull over. Like,
yeah.
like,
But that's such an example of like being a woman, and like you probably at that moment felt unsafe too.
A
So
little
you're
bit.
just like, okay, like my stomach hurt. You just like do anything you can to just like
I said I wasn't
quietly
feeling
get
good.
out of the
Yeah.
car.
I was
yeah.
like, I don't feel good. My stomach hurts. Sorry.
No, like
And then just like sat in the most uncomfortable silence.
that's insane.
Freak. And it was one of those moments where like the date went really well.
Yeah.
Too, and I was like, oh, this guy's like really, he was hot too.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, maybe I should have just
Wait a second.
That's the one that got away.
Top.
No, because when he said top,
That's
like
so
maybe if he would have like dropped me off and like we could have like gone inside and like I don't know, but
in
like
the car.
you literally couldn't wait. Like it was so.
In what world would like
wild.
you be like you could have gotten top on this date, sir?
You could have
if you had
because it
just
went
like
really well.
yeah.
But you fucked it up.
That is
No,
so
it was crazy.
foul.
It was crazy.
I wonder if that move has ever worked for him. Like
I mean, maybe because he was like attractive that this has worked for him in the past where he doesn't really feel like he needs to try very hard. And it's just like he feels like he schmoozes you at the date. It goes really well. He pays for it. But it's not even like it was a night. We were at the taco place.
Yeah.
And like it was like, but even that, like
No,
no.
that's insane.
No, it was crazy.
Oh my God. A guy could literally spend $1,000 on the date. And I'm not
No.
If he on the ride home goes, will you give me top in the car? No.
Like I almost didn't know what top meant.
No, I know.
And I was like, did he just
Context clues.
ask me what I think? Pull over. It was so wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wish you would have said, "Oh, you want me to get a strap on and top you?"
I don't know. We have to stop for some supplies.
Yeah, we got to stop and get a dildo so I can top you.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my God. That's
I think there's
insane.
more, but I can't think of them right now. What about you?
I have a couple that I wrote down trying to think of them. I went on a date dash in college with a guy from a fraternity. It was kind of like a setup. And he like turned into Date Mike, where like I had like kind of known him already. Like we were friends. I was not interested in him no matter what, but I was going with him on the date dash. And we were just like casual friends, whatever. But he just started acting crazy on the date, just like trying to like impress me. Like he was on the executive board of his fraternity. So he was just like yelling at pledges and like acting crazy and like trying to like ride down it was like a hockey game that we all went
so
to, and he's like
cringe.
pretending to like ride down the escalator. Like it was just fully like, I'm Date Mike and I'm just acting insane.
That is so good.
So I remember Date Mike for sure. And I was just like literally texting my friends like, oh my God, I'm stuck at this hockey game with Date Mike.
that is so good.
I have another one, which was a Tinder date back when like Tinder was the first dating app in college as well, over the summer in Austin. And it was like a really cute guy. He was a fraternity guy at UT. He took me out for sushi and he's like, would your friend want to come and I can bring my friend? And I was like, sure, which was actually kind of fun. Like, because I brought Lauren and he brought one of his friends, and it wasn't like really a romantic connection, but we all like sake bombed and got drunk. And then we went back to the fraternity house, and then he told me he has diabetes, and he asked if I wanted to try to stick him with his insulin.
Okay. That's wild, but also kind of sweet.
I know. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that. Like,
Oh, you're okay with that?
and then I was like, do you want to ask Lauren? Like, maybe she'll do it. He's like, I don't feel comfortable with her doing it. Yeah. So that was
I
one.
can't shoot people with needles. I can't do that.
No. And then we never spoke again. It was like a pretty fun date. I would have saw him again, never spoke again. After the intimacy of pricking him with a diabetes needle. And then I had another first date to another date dash where I discovered that the guy I was on a date with, who I thought was really cute and cool, was like a drug dealer, like a major drug dealer. Like he just kept like new people just kept coming up to us and he'd be handing them like lots of different stuff. Like, and then it was revealed that he didn't actually go to school with us. And he had dropped out like a full year prior because he was failing everything and selling drugs and doing drugs.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I was like,
number one.
It's like, how can you take me to this date dash? She's like, yeah, well, I'm not technically allowed because I'm not technically going to see you anymore. I was like, what? Oh
The transparency.
Just like when things are just revealed on the first date. And then
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
okay.
last one I wrote down was just a funny Greg one. Greg went on a ton of first dates before we met, like especially in the year prior to when we met. And he always tells the story of the worst one was when he went on a date with a girl and she showed up and they're at like a place, a restaurant. And she's like, yeah, I only eat chicken nuggets. I can't eat anything
I
here.
remember this story.
And
the
she
chicken
said she
nugget girl.
only specifically eats McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Wow. Okay. Freak.
And he was like, all right, I think I'm good. He's like,
He walked out.
no, I don't think he walked out on her, but he was like, okay, I'm not going to get anything either. Because he's like, this is weird. And he's like, I actually, after one drink, he's like, I got to go.
I need to know what this girl looks like.
I know, that's what I said too. And he was like, she wasn't fat.
Well, no, because if she only eats McDonald's chicken nuggets, I'm sure she doesn't have a lot of options.
No, she probably just
So
doesn't eat a lot. Yeah. And she's probably very malnourished.
Yeah.
I can't, that's like, it's one thing if you only eat chicken.
Experiment.
Yeah. No, it's like supersize me.
No, it's literally like I want to know what her body composition is.
No, literally. He was just like, and I've had enough. I think that was like his last first date for a while. He was like, I'm done.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so she's a freak too. That would be an example of one of the
Freak.
one of the freak experiments.
Yeah, Man, I think I blocked a lot out from that time. There was another one where I forgot. He was like kind of he was in like a metal band. And he drove like I think it was like 45 minutes to my place in Arlington when I was going to school out there. And like I kind of made it clear to him. I was like, I don't really want you to like sleep over. Like we can have dinner, but like I don't. So I'm like, it's totally fine if you don't want to drive out here tonight. Like we can do another night. He's like, no, I'm on the way. And then I was like, okay. And he like shows up and I like made dinner and I like set everything out on the table.
Oh no. Where's this headed? I can't imagine.
I like blocked this out and like I set everything. I can't say it. I like set everything out on the table. And I just hear like loud like metal music coming from upstairs where like my bedroom is. Loud, like really loud music. And I'm like, is he just playing music upstairs? Like I was like, dinner's ready. And it's really loud. So I'm like, oh, he can't hear me. I go upstairs and he's pantsless.
No.
Like Winnie the Poohing it. On my bed.
What?
Dude, did I not?
No, I've never heard this. This is like, who is this person?
This was like, because this was COVID when I was like super depressed.
That was your old place. Yeah, because I
And like
remember that
not
one.
like really like my old place in Arlington where I was just like
With the stairs. I only went there
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
the stairs. And yeah, and he was like, oh, well, like you didn't want me to spend the night. So I just like assumed we would like, and we've hooked up before.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't like him
presumptive.
assuming we would hook up, I
Well, still
guess.
presumptive.
Like, but I kind of just led to the fact that I just didn't really want to hook up.
Yeah.
I was like maybe on my period or just didn't want to. And like I had told him that. He's like, yeah, but like you don't want me to stay over. So I thought we'd just like get right to it.
Oh my
And
God.
the music is so loud. So he's like yelling this at me. I'm like, can you turn off the music? And it's like Slipknot. It's crazy.
Up to this point, had you guys hooked up with music?
We
Slipknot?
No, I don't know that I don't know. I don't remember. But it was like we hooked up one time and then yeah. I don't
Was he hard? Winnie the Pooh again.
I
He's
think
just
so.
ready.
I just like looked
Oh
I was
my
just like I saw it
God.
and I was like, whoa. He blocked me.
He blocked you.
He blocked me.
He probably couldn't handle the embarrassment. Did you guys eat dinner after that?
No. He didn't come over for dinner.
Well, no, you made dinner, I mean.
Yeah, and like he did. I don't remember ever eating dinner after that.
Oh, yeah, you'd both lost your appetites. That is.
Yeah, because we have all these pictures of like, 'cause
And he's
I
not
knew
coming up?
him and he's not tagged in them anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, but whatever.
That's so funny that you made
Blocked
enough of
me.
an impression to like how this was probably like 3 times of hanging out.
Isn't
and
that
he's
so
like-
weird when like someone comes up in your memory and then you like go to look for them and they blocked? Like that's so crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. It is funny too to realize like, wow, I hadn't thought of you in like that long, like that I didn't even notice.
Men are freaks.
You know
That's
what
why I
I
agree with Miranda.
men are freaks. 10 out of 10. And then I had one more first date story that is also very quick with a guy I really liked who was so hot in high school. He was a year older than me. He asked me out, like coming back from college. He like wasn't as cool after high school, but like I was way cooler after. Anyways,
Obviously.
we were matching up. He takes me out for like a real date, which was really sweet. I was like, oh my God, this guy, like that I always had a crush on, is taking me out for a date. And it was like a nice little like lookout point date, like go to the Austin Bridge and like look out. And then he broke out a droid. And then he tried to spend 30 minutes convincing me that a droid camera is better than an iPhone camera.
God damn.
Take me home.
Always happens with the God.
Check, please.
Like, why? Like, why? It's like they're trying to end the date or
Yeah.
like
Check, please.
freaking chump.
That brings us to Charlotte and Mr. Pussy. We love this for her.
She's getting hers.
She's getting hers. We just see a montage of this guy going down on her. And in every single take, she's wearing the cutest little nightgown, the cutest little dress. I couldn't really pinpoint which one I liked best, but like this whole cycle is best dressed. Like these adorable little nightgowns and It just makes you want to get your pussy ate.
Yeah. It makes you want to do it in a cute little nightgown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next we have, it said if Mitch was a freak, Charlotte was ready to join the circus. Love it.
Carrie in the park, meet cute.
Very cute. Very cute.
This guy is your type to a T.
Mine?
Yeah. A white brunette writer.
Yeah, but get rid of his glasses. I hate his glasses.
I guess his glasses kind of make him look like Jeffrey Dahmer a little.
I have like a whole paragraph on how much I hate his glasses. You know whose glasses they remind me of? Your ex.
God, why you gotta bring up old shit?
I know. Sorry. She's out. Yeah, I also don't like this guy's Tweety Bird tattoo. That gave me the ick.
Tattoo with a story, only because, I have them.
Did he have a story for it though?
He was like, I got it. It was like a drunken bachelor party or like,
Yeah,
I guess
that's not a story. Yeah.
That's just when people get tattoos.
It was cringe. I just hated his glasses, but he was cute.
Yeah.
I love a white man who's a writer.
Yes.
Just brown hair and brown eyes. It's a very cute time of meeting. The circus metaphor they're using is working. Later they have a date and they have a first kiss. That's kind of that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put a pin on that unless there's anything else to say, really. Makes you want to go to a park and meet a cute guy.
Oh, I was going to say, how often does meeting in the real world even happen?
I feel like it doesn't
anymore?
happen to anyone now.
I think it happens.
What happened to you, I guess, but
My last 2 relationships, that's how they started.
yeah.
Because I met in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met Brad at the wedding, but like it was kind of like set up, I guess. Like there were people like, oh, you should talk to him, or like she should talk to you, or like whatever.
No, like and I get meeting at a bar because a lot of like I've met guys at a bar where
You're uninhibited.
whatever.
And you
Yeah.
just, like,
Or
talk
like
to
at a
anyone.
party.
Yeah.
But like a meeting in the real world,
Just
like
out.
at a park or at a coffee shop or whatever.
Your
like
friend, Drew.
yeah, he met
And-
his girlfriend in a grocery store, which is like every time they say it, I just assume it's made up. Like
yeah, it doesn't sound real.
it just sounds like something that people say when they meet on Hinge,
on
at
Hinge,
this
they're
point.
like, we need to make a story here.
Exactly. That's a crazy. They have a really like an actual meet cute. It's crazy.
Oh, the other thing about the wedding was in their vows, they talked about like how they met on Hinge.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is like the 3rd wedding that I've been to where they have met on a dating app.
Yeah. Greg and I met on Bumble. It's such a good way to just weed out the fucking riffraff, you know?
Yeah.
You're going into it being like, we already know we're attracted to each other, you know?
I think there should be a Love is Blind dating app where it's only talk.
That means it would be just ugly people. You
Just
know that, right?
Blind dates.
Just ugly people would go on that. People, the thing about Love is Blind is
Is their heart ugly? Is their mind?
There was a tweet I saw. I saw a tweet that I always think about actually, and it was like, when you're both ugly, but the sex is good. And someone was like, imagine if the person you're fucking like sent this to you.
Dude, I would off myself.
But then I was thinking, like, do ugly people, when they fuck ugly people, like know that? Like they're like, yeah, we're both ugly, but
this might have to be cut out. No, yeah, I think that a Love is Blind app should be made.
yeah.
Speaking of, did you watch the reunion?
No, I'm still like halfway through the season. I was just watching.
gotta skip through.
Oh, skip it.
3 episodes.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause
Like you're out of the pods, right?
yeah, I'm out of the pod.
There's like 6 pod episodes that you could probably just skip.
I'm out of the pods. I got to the one where he's just talking about how much he loves his sister. That was the scene I just watched where this guy just keeps bringing up his sister.
Oh, he's like obsessed with his sister.
He's like, oh, my sister's
sister.
not gonna like
my
that.
sister wouldn't let me go on the show, but then she let me.
Yeah.
I'm like, his sister won't let him. He's the worst.
And then he's like, oh yeah, like she's really cool. She's the easiest person in the world to talk to. Like I've always, wanted the girl that I end up with to be just like her. Just silence for like a minute. And she's just like,
I don't remember them saying that.
No, he says that because it's going viral on TikTok too.
That's crazy.
But he's like, oh, yeah, I've always said, and then it's silence for like 30 full seconds because she doesn't say anything, and then he goes, yeah, it's fun bragging on your family. Like, it's just
So Game of Thrones.
it's so crazy. Okay, then we have Samantha who runs into her friend who said, yes, I got the fat injected from my own ass.
Oh, I had to look this up.
It's a thing?
It's a thing.
Oh,
Are we just not with the times?
I've never heard of that. I've heard about people getting fat from there's a girl on Southern Charm who got fat from her ankles injected into her breasts. And I was like, that sounds
Genius.
cool. That's smart.
But yeah, no, this is a real thing that people do.
I have kind of a fat face to begin with, so I don't think I need any more up there.
What do you mean you have a fat face? You
I
have a very
just-
slender face.
I have big cheeks though,
Yes,
you
you
know?
do
Like
got cheeks.
I got cheeks.
But that's good.
It's good. I'm
'Cause
happy
you
with
want-
them. I don't mind them.
You want that. You'll never have to get filler.
I once had a math teacher in the 7th grade tell me, you're so funny because you have a fat person's face and a skinny person's body. A teacher said that to me.
Let's get into that.
Yeah.
So, how did that make you feel? And how do you think that shaped your perception of
Of my own face.
your face as in proportion to your body?
At a
Thus far.
crucial time in adolescence. At a very crucial time in adolescence.
No,
I
that's
might add.
wild.
I was like, yeah, I know I'm skinny, bitch.
No, that's crazy to say.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I appreciate Samantha's friend's honesty. You know, women don't typically share what work they've had done.
Yes.
And I'm don't
I'm
gatekeep.
this is why I love Alex Earl.
Mm-hmm.
She's very transparent about everything.
I appreciate when celebrities tell you what they do.
yes.
Tell me.
Tell me.
Don't have me guess.
Yeah, I did have to look this up though, and apparently it's a lot safer than filler to get your own fat injected because of like infection and things like that.
Totally makes
Yeah.
sense. And I feel like it would migrate more naturally
Mhm.
than a filler does.
Yeah.
That's
All
interesting.
of that is true.
Okay.
The more you know.
I'm glad you looked it up.
Mhm.
I wonder if they didn't do filler back then and they just did this fat thing. I don't know. That's very
How
interesting.
could anyone know?
And then Samantha shows the ladies her new girdle because she decides to do it. And then
Yeah.
we see the jump scare that is Carrie's socks.
Thank God. Thank God. Because I literally wrote in all caps, what the fuck is going on?
What are those? Not only are they knee high, they're toe socks. They're toe socks.
What the fuck is up with Carrie's socks?
That was crazy.
No, it was wild. And the fact that none of the girls are talking about this.
No one's talking about
no
the
one's
socks.
talking about the socks.
Imagine walking into your friend's place and she's just sporting those. An
No.
otherwise fashionable friend.
Yes. I feel like Samantha, real Sam, would have been like, what the
Honey.
fuck?
Yeah. She would have been like, honey, take
Honey.
those off.
Take those
I
off.
know I'm wearing a girdle, but what is this?
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
It was absolutely insane.
Kidding. It's sitting in a fat repository in Queens as we speak. And in 3 days, it will be in my face and I will look fabulous.
I can't believe this. We spend our lives trying to hide the fat in our ass, and you're gonna put it right out there on your face?
I love the when shows like this date themselves by talking about how we've spent our whole life trying to hide our fat asses, and here you are
I know.
gonna put it in your face. And I'm like, wow, it's so interesting that now everyone wants a fat ass.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was like really looked down upon.
You know what my mom said last weekend? She said the craziest thing that I don't think anyone's ever said. My mom said, I really have to thank the Kardashians for really opening up beauty standards for women. I feel like they've made beauty standards so much better for women. And I was like, why would you ever say that? Pretty much
I
no one in the history.
feel-
But she was talking about the butt thing.
She was talking about the butt thing. And I do feel like solely because of the Kardashians is why the whole like skinny craze of the early 2000s with Paris Hilton and everything went away.
No.
I really genuinely think, but it created a whole new type of this is the body that everyone should have, and
Exactly.
a whole new type and the cosmetic
but
surgeries and everything.
implants and yeah.
And yeah, implants and I do think that some of the Kardashians could be a little bit more transparent
Oh, absolutely.
because it's one thing to get work done and say, yeah, this is what, and like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's another thing to obviously pretend. And so I get where your mom's coming from, and like the fact that it pushed away the like,
And she's from that era that these
Yes.
women are in, where she's like, had always, been taught she has to be a rail, and she's got a bigger butt. And she was like, I thank Kim Kardashian
Yeah.
for making my butt cool. And I was like, that is
true.
so crazy that you're thanking the Kardashians for like positive beauty like shifts.
No,
It
that's
was just
crazy.
kind of funny. Yeah, that dated it real quick. And then we talk about Mr. Pussy, and
Yeah,
Charlotte's
Charlotte's
like,
in a
it's
sex
really
phase.
working. She
Yeah.
goes,
She's like, yeah, I think I could marry this guy.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. And I feel like there is those like people who it's so good in the bedroom that you're going to find every reason to be like, oh yeah, things are just going really well.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy, yeah, this is it.
It's working.
It's working.
Yeah.
yeah.
She says, you don't fall in love with Mr. Pussy. You enjoy him,
and
send him away. Set him free. And then I wrote, Charlotte is sometimes a sex addict. Like,
A little bit. She's
this
a little
keeps
bit of a
happening
freak.
to her.
Yeah.
Like, she'll just get like hooked on something. It's pretty funny.
And Miranda says Charlotte's not having a relationship. She's having multiple orgasms.
Yeah, pretty much.
Miranda and Carrie go on a double date. Miranda is my best dressed here.
She looks really cool. I agree.
I really like the turtleneck and the black
Mhm.
jacket.
Like eating a popsicle too. She just looks
and her hair,
cute.
I don't know what it is. It's like darker. It looks really
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, I
Makeup
think
looks good.
it's working for her. The guy that she's seeing feels like a very like New York guy that probably still
Yes.
exists. Like
Yes.
nothing, there's no greater city than New York. You can get everything you want here.
I'm
like,
never leaving here. I've never left. And like that's wears it as like pride.
yeah, exactly. When Miranda's had it, I love that Miranda's just like, no, I'm good.
He's weirdly rude.
Yeah,
for
he's
no
like kind of an
reason.
asshole.
Like she's like, I gotta feed my cat. And he's like, people with cats, freaks.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I support having a code word to leave.
Oh,
And
God.
like Carrie tries to like kind of thwart her plan.
You already fed your cat, bitch.
Yeah, bitch, shut up. This is my exit strategy.
And then she says you can really tell everything about a person by who their friends are. And then what are the looks that they give each other? He like looks at her really longingly. After that, he's like, and she's like, it's the weirdest like transition scene.
I'll edit that in here. It's not a match. And then we see Carrie goes home with her guy. She's making out with him in the bed. And then I wrote, I'm sorry, I just hate glasses. I couldn't date a guy with glasses. There, I said it. I'm
I
biased.
can't believe I did.
I like could not. Like, and like, do they take them off during sex? Do they fog up during sex?
No, they take them off.
Okay.
But I don't know. I blocked it out.
It gives me such the ick because I
Blocked
feel
out
like,
so much.
are you a child? You can't wear contacts.
Yeah, it'd be like you think you're
You
cool
think
for
these make you look cool. I understand glasses every once in a blue moon where it's like, okay, I'm wearing my glasses today, you know?
it's part
but-
of my outfit.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you need them, that's fine. I won't shame you for your
I will.
astigmatism. Yeah.
Grow up.
Get fucking LASIK. Whatever it is, I don't care, but I don't want to look at them. I don't want to look at them.
Oh, you can't see?
Oh, you can't see? Grow up.
Grow up.
Take them off. You don't need to see.
No. What do you need to
What
see?
do you need to see?
grow up?
Then we discover his Tweety Bird tattoo, another major ick. For some reason, this doesn't
I think it's
scare
because
her.
of everything else. I just already didn't like him. So, but Carrie's into it.
Yeah, she doesn't care. I was just like, go off. He's nothing like Mr. Big. He's sweet. Like, he's a writer too, whatever. Then we see cut to the scariest scene of the episode. And there's a lot of scary scenes in the episode. There was a guy hanging from a, BDSM room at the beginning. There was there's lots of but this
Carrie sucks.
Yeah, Carrie sucks. But this scene of Charlotte trying to get to know Mr. Pussy and him just
The fig.
eating that fig in such a way.
Look at it.
And this was actually
We had to look at it.
watch it right now. Look at it.
Charlotte realized Miranda was right. She had stayed too long at the fair. From that moment on, Charlotte couldn't be in the same room with a fig.
In silence.
It's pornographic. I don't even know if I can show this on TikTok.
No, it's so gross.
It's so gross.
I yelled again. Covered my face with a pillow.
I did. I actually yelled at the TV. I was like, no! No!
And this isn't the last time I yelled at the TV.
No.
It's really coming up.
It's quite a few times.
Big surprise. Carrie's being toxic.
Big surprise.
Big surprise there.
We discover Carrie's man plays soccer and he wears high-waisted jeans. 2 more icks for me.
Well, yeah. What is he wearing?
Do you see his jeans when he put them on? They were so high.
No, this guy's so like
He was.
What is he doing?
What is he doing?
Too.
So she snoops and she smokes cigarettes inside of his home while she snoops.
Apparently that's a thing though. Like back then.
Smoking in people's homes.
Yeah.
I didn't see him smoke.
Yeah, that's just rude.
It's just rude.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
And you're like all in his underwear.
I was gonna say you're like in his stuff.
You're, like, in it. So
She's
it's
gonna be like, how
everywhere.
does this gonna smell like cigarettes?
And she's snooping.
I wrote, Toxic Carrie is back, everybody.
Toxic Carrie is back.
She has returned.
And you know what's gonna happen.
You know. And you don't even hear him come in. He's just all of a sudden standing over her, like fully in the room.
Yeah,
like,
I did kind of think. I was like, is there no the door?
Would you have not heard him come in?
Just doesn't make it. She's so into it.
Yeah, she's in
She's
so
just
deep.
fully standing over this locked box, and I'm just like, oh god,
No,
oh god.
I was so bad. And then she's trying to break the box. Like, have you thought about how you're going to get out of that situation? You're just going to break this box?
And he does do the whole. What are you thinking? She goes, I don't know. I wasn't.
She got really. It was an insane thing of her to do. And she was like, maybe I should leave. He's like, yeah, I think you should leave.
Yeah.
And then he said, I thought you were actually a normal one. That would break me.
She deserves it though.
That would really break me.
Yeah.
But yeah, she deserves it.
Honestly, like that's an insane thing to do.
It's a crazy thing to do.
It's crazy.
It's just a crazy thing to do. And then she says, that day I came face to face with my freak. Somewhere out there is another little freak who will love us, understand us, and kiss our 3 heads to make it all better.
I love it.
Love it. Good for her.
More goofy circus music.
And then just to close the loop on Samantha, because I think we skipped over it. Sad Samantha surgery scene. This man tries to point out all of her imperfections, and it makes her sad. And I was just like, no, Samantha, you're perfect.
No, Samantha's literally it's so crazy.
And this is the problem to me, honestly, with going to places like that, is you're like inviting so much more scrutiny than like anyone else in the world can see.
It's true.
Like it can fall into very toxic behaviors.
I stopped. This is the thing that I'm doing now. Instead of deleting my Instagram, because I realized I can't do that. I don't have the willpower. But I've stopped going to my explore page.
Oh yeah.
So I don't do that anymore. And I don't scroll through reels. But honestly, like my explore page was becoming filled with like Botox treatments, fillers, lip injections, like like everything. I was like, what? I mean, but it's my algorithm. It must have been catering to me, and so like I just had at one point I was like, oh my god, this is like actually really like my whole explore page was like all the cosmetic stuff, and I was like, I can't do this anymore.
That's a healthy decision.
Yeah.
Mine is all home improvement. It's just watching
you're really wholesome.
watching people paint floors and put new tile in bathroom.
It's really relaxing. It's probably good for your mental health.
Yeah. You know what time it is? It's the Emmys.
Speaking of the Oscars, Demi was snubbed.
She was snubbed.
Awards.
Who won the episode?
I was gonna say Ben, but then I realized no, because he's probably pretty sad too about Carrie. So I guess Charlotte, because she got hers.
I said Charlotte. I was like, who wouldn't want a stint with Mr. Pussy? Who among us?
Who am I?
Who lost the episode?
Carrie. That was embarrassing.
Firmly Carrie.
Or Samantha.
Yeah, I know. They kind of like didn't close the loop on.
Yeah.
I think maybe she just realized like she doesn't need that. I hope.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the laptop's gonna die. So let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Best outfit. Nothing crazy. I liked Samantha's red lipstick and scarf combo, and then I liked Charlotte's pussy eating dresses.
Yes. Mine was Miranda in the park.
Love it. That's a good one.
Worst,
Worst,
obviously.
obviously Carrie's toe socks. That's no. Everyone
Jail.
with the brain knows that.
Jail.
Literal jail. Best quote.
Oh,
Somewhere out there, there's another little freak who will love us, understand us, and kiss our 3 heads to make it all better, which I thought was kind of cute.
that's a good one. Oh, Charlotte's not in a relationship. She's having multiple orgasms.
That's a
That
good
was
one.
yeah.
Haven't we all been in that kind of relationship? What stage the best? I wrote eating pussy, code phrases to leave bad dates.
Code phrases to leave. Yeah. Agreed.
What stage the worst?
Toe socks
Toe socks, I wrote.
and goofy circus music.
Yeah, toe socks, plastic surgery, and bad tattoos.
Nice.
Who was the most toxic?
Carrie.
This is obvious. And was it feminist?
Yes.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
Honestly, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Mhm.
Look at you.
I really liked this episode.
I had a 7 out of 10.
Thought it was funny.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
And there you have it.
There you have it, folks. Season 2, episode 3. That's a wrap.
Like, rate, and subscribe, dog.